Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to my channel. I hope you are all really well. Welcome to 2025. Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a peaceful, festive season and a good new year. I am ready to crack on with the new year now. Today is the 7th of January and it's the first day back at school for the boys. So it's kind of like my reset. I took the day off work today so that I could reset and just, get prepared for, just get caught up with things. And yeah, I think today is mostly going to be filming, shopping and I'm actually working tonight. So yeah, I've got a lot on my to-do list today, but I really need to just get myself ready for the chaos, because we kind of go from doing absolutely nothing to being 100 miles an hour again. All the clubs have started, everything is just busy again this week. So if you are new here, a very warm welcome to you. I have had a few new subscribers. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. I never ever talk about subscribers. I never ask people to subscribe to my channel. So the fact that people do just means so much to me. And if this is the first time you've seen me, thank you so much for giving me the time out of your day to watch this video. My name is Leanne. I am a mum of two boys. They are 7 and 9 and I am 42. I work full time. I do split those hours out a little bit. So I work during the week, part-time, and then during the weekdays, part-time during the day. During the day I work part-time and then I work in the evenings and at weekends, and it all totals up to full-time hours. And I originally started YouTube by doing shopping hauls. I then started to include videos around my weight loss journey because in March 2022 I joined Slimming World, and really I had this massive goal in my head that I wanted to lose about 9 stone, and I was doing really well. I got to December of that year and I had lost 4 stone 12.5 pounds. I'll pop that on the screen in pounds if you're not somebody that works in stones. But in that month I was diagnosed with stage 2 invasive lobular breast cancer, and being 40 at the time, I can't even explain what's been going on the last 2 years. It seems crazy that I'm even saying it was 2 years ago. But at the time, yeah, my world stood still, and I've been through all sorts of emotions and ideas about how I was going to live my life and, just various stages of it all. And I'm now at I'm at a much more settled place. And yeah, so basically it got in the way of my weight loss. I have managed to kind of more or less maintain, but within a kind of a stone, 14 pounds, I kept kind of bouncing around in. So at the time I had surgery so I had a lumpectomy and a sentinel node biopsy, which is where they just took out my sentinel lymph nodes to test. And then I had 4.5 weeks of daily radiotherapy, and then I started taking tamoxifen, and that is like a hormone blocker. It's a tablet that I take every day, and I have to take that for 5 years. I'm about 1 year and 3 months into that treatment. So yeah, it's been quite a couple of years, and I'm still on my mission to lose the weight, and I feel now like I'm ready to really tackle it. This year I feel the most determined I've ever felt, and so yeah, that's what my channel is going to focus a lot on: health and well-being and weight loss this year. I'm following Slimming World and I find that really works for me. I know that it doesn't work for everyone, and everyone is different, and I don't think you need to be following Slimming World to take something from my videos. There's going to be a lot about like well-being and exercise, and I'm not a health professional. I would love to be, but I'm not. And so, you know, I'm not sharing medical advice or giving any advice. I'm just sharing my experiences and what hopefully will work for me. And if you aren't a new viewer here and you've been around for a little while, thank you so, so much for your continued support. Honestly, to have you still here after everything that my channel has kind of been through, it's been through a lot of cancer vlogs, it's been through, you know, quiet periods. I'm just very, very grateful that you're still here and supporting me. Without you guys, I wouldn't have a channel and I wouldn't have the amount of support that I have with the weight loss. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful. So 2025 for me, well, I don't set New Year's resolutions. I don't like the concept of that. Instead, I'm looking at my year as month by month. So what I'm doing is I'm setting monthly goals, and then I'm going to review those monthly, and then I will set the next month goals. And then I've got some things that I really want to achieve over the course of the year, or that, you know, I'm looking forward to over the course of the year, but not like, you know, setting a New Year's resolution that I'm not going to eat any chocolate for 6 months or whatever, because that just doesn't work for me. So I think what I'll do is I'll talk you through what I'm doing. Everyone is different. You know, New Year's resolutions might really work for you. I mean, I guess I am setting New Year's resolutions, but just in my own way. So what I'm doing is, where's my notebook? So what I'm doing is I'm making the most of my notebook. I love this notebook. I think I picked this up ages ago from Home Bargains. On the front, it just says, make it happen. And this is just so true. This is what made me start working full time, this book, because I was like, I need to make it happen. And at the time, I wanted to go on a trip and I couldn't afford to do that because it's too expensive. We don't go on holiday, and we just have a little caravan holiday every year. My kids love that, but it's just like a weekend, and you know, we just couldn't afford to do it. So I was like, how can I make it happen? So I got an extra job, and you know, I've made it happen. Well, I hope I've made it happen. I mean, we've booked it, so hopefully it's all going to go ahead. But yeah, this notebook just inspires me. I just think if I'm having a bad moment, or I'm having a moment where I'm kind of, you know, veering off, I just look at this and I go, Leanne, make it happen. And it's so true that, you know, the only person that can make it happen is me. And so what I'm doing, I'm carrying this notebook around with me everywhere. Honestly, it is like my companion at the moment. And I didn't realise how much writing things down helps me. I'm not the sort of person that journals. I'd love to be, but I'm not. And I guess this is kind of turning into a bit of a journal for me, and I'm kind of seeing the benefits of it and how helpful it can be. So I have written down my January goals. So I'm looking at January, I'm not looking beyond that. So let me talk you through my goals for this month. They're really, so I'm really breaking this down to make it easy. So, you know, I hear everyone talking about SMART goals. You know, I've heard about SMART goals at work my entire career. And that's just about making them measurable and achievable and realistic and adding a time to them. And I guess that's kind of what I'm doing, but, you know, in my own way. So the first one is drink plenty of water every day. It sounds so simple, but I've got really bad at keeping up with my water intake, and I just want to make sure that I write it down so that every day I'm looking at my book and I go, oh yeah, I need to drink some water. And actually it has already helped, because I've kept this book on my kitchen side, and the last couple of days I've walked into the kitchen and I've looked at it, I've gone, I need a glass of water, because the very first thing I see on the top line is drink plenty of water every day. Then I'm aiming for 5k steps daily. Now, let me be real with you. Over Christmas, I would say there were days when I got less than 1,000 steps. We didn't move most of I would say a week and a half. We would just sitting down, eating, drinking, going to bed late, getting up late. Our routine was so out of our normal routine, and honestly, my sleep was terrible, my skin was breaking out, my mouth was sore. Yeah, we just let ourselves go. And so I thought, rather than saying, okay, I'm going to start doing 10,000 steps a day, that's just so unrealistic. So I'm going for 5, and I'm just going to ease myself into like a slow build up. I'm not a 10,000 steps a day girl anyway. I always aimed for 8. That was always my goal. But I'm not going to go straight into 8 because I know that's unrealistic for me. And I want some goals that I can actually achieve. And going to 5,000 steps a day for me is great because I've barely been moving. So if I can do that 7 days a week for January, that's brilliant. That's maintained. That's achievable for me. So that's my second one. Only buy what I need. Right. So I am terrible with saving money, and I'm not sure that I'm going to improve that this year. It's not a case of saving. It's more about spending on the things that I really want to spend on. I can't really explain this. So we would like to have a couple of trips away this year. We already have one booked. We are going to Disneyland. So excited. We actually are going really soon, and I've got a lot to sort out. We haven't even got passports, so I need to get, all 4 of us need passports. I need to get that sorted ASAP because we are running out of time fast. I'm so excited. I couldn't talk about it until we shared with our children. We didn't tell our children we didn't want to tell our children until after I'd got the all okay from my mammogram, because I have mammograms every year, and I didn't want to risk telling them. Then something showed up in my mammogram, and then we had to delay the holiday. So we shared with them at the end of December when we were with our other family, because we're going away with my sister-in-law, her husband, and my niece and nephew. And so there's 8 of us going. It's really exciting. We are going for 6 days. So it's going to be a big trip, and I'm so beside myself. I'm also a bit like overwhelmed with how much I've got to get sorted. Like, you know, I said, I've got the passports, the car needs sorting big time. And I know that's going to be a big job. It's MOT, it's due very, very soon. And yeah, it's going to be a big one. So, and just knowing what to pack, you know, no one knows what the weather's going to be doing. I've got to figure out, you know, I think we probably need some new shoes. Yeah, lots to think about, but I'm very, very excited. And I really want to lose some weight for this trip. I do not want to be worrying about fitting on rides. If you were here back in 2022, I think, or 23, I don't know. Anyway, we went to Legoland for a couple of days, and I was so stressed out about fitting in on the rides, and it was all fine, but I want to be at a weight where I just don't worry about it, you know. I just don't even want that to be a consideration, and that I can just, you know, I don't hurt, that I can just walk around and not ache. And, you know, I just, yeah, I really want to lose some weight, but I also want to get a bit fitter alongside that. It's not all about the weight loss for me. It's about my health and fitness. Probably my health and fitness is probably more important than the weight loss at the moment. So anyway, that's kind of only buying what I need. So basically, I need to stop this spending. I have stopped it as well, actually. It's been the last few months, and I felt really, really in control of our finances. I've been doing monthly checks. I've been really keeping on top of what's going in and out. And actually, on Boxing Day, I checked my bank account, and Netflix had just charged me for a premium membership, and I'd got an email basically that said, thank you for renewing your membership. And they charged me £18, and I hadn't renewed my membership. It wasn't me that had done that. And I mean, Netflix have refunded me the money, but it's about keeping on top of that kind of thing. So I'm checking my bank account every day, a quick look on the app, so I know exactly where I'm at. For some, that might sound excessive, but for me, it's about control. And I feel like the more I can keep in control of things, the calmer I am, the better I feel. And so, yeah, this year, it's not just about weight loss for me. It's about managing my finances and everything else that keeps things calm. And, you know, housework, for example, it's like a therapy, isn't it? It's like, you know, I don't enjoy these things, but if I do them, I feel good, and keeping on top of them stops that snowballing, overwhelming feeling that I get. So yeah, only buying what I need is part of my January goal. I'm not saying I'm going to do that all year, but it's just my January goal. What do I really need? Or is there something that I really want that I'm going to really benefit from buying? So this kind of means like, stop buying unnecessary stuff in the food shopping, stop buying coffee out, stop buying, you know, except for those occasions when I go, actually, I need to do a bit of reckless spending. I want to go and have a coffee, and that's fine. But, you know, it's about focusing that. So then I've put gym ×3. Now, this is unrealistic for me, but if I say, bear in mind, I've been a member of my gym for ages, at least 7 months, and I've paid for November and December and I haven't been at all. So I'm not going to go from not going at all to 3 times a week. I can't see that being realistic for me. I'm so busy. I just don't know how I would fit it in, but I'm aiming for 3, but I'm happy with 2. So in January, really, I'm saying I want to go to the gym 2 times a week, just for my strength training. If I have time to do a bit of cardio, I will, but I can get my cardio in via my steps and also from at-home workouts, which I'm doing as well. So I'm not too worried about that, but my strength training is quite important, especially now I'm over 40 and I've had breast cancer and I'm on hormone therapy. I really have to start focusing on strength training and building muscle. My strength is very poor. I know it is, I can feel it. So I really need to work on that. And that is my fitness goal, I guess, for January, is to just get to the gym 2 times a week. And, you know, I can make that happen. I just have to plan it out. And that all comes into my next goal, which is planning. So meal planning, super important. And it isn't about just writing down 7 meals. It's about looking at, what do I have on each day? So for me, for example, this meal plan this week's been really challenging, because we all eat kind of different things. My kids can be quite picky. My husband isn't on Slimming World and I'm on Slimming World. So there is definitely an element of, we all eat different things quite often. So there's that to consider. But also it's being realistic about, okay, what have we got on in the evenings? Like tonight, I start work at 5:30. So I need to make sure that, you know, I've planned the food that can then be done after we get home from school and then get me to work for 5:30. Tomorrow I've got a team meeting at night. My son's got football training till 6:30. And yeah, it's another one where we're all over the place. Friday night, my other son has got a club at 5:30 until 6:30. So he has to eat before he goes. And then the rest of us, yeah, it's just a bit fiddly. And Sunday we've got a football match. We've got the FA Cup game. So we're going to get home a bit late and I need something quick. And for me, food prepping is vital when you're on a weight loss journey, even if it's just a few bits of snacky food like salad, fruit. I keep cold potatoes in the fridge all the time. I've got a glass container in the fridge now full of cold potatoes. Just little things like that really help to quickly put a meal together, like chickpeas, drain them, rinse them, keep them in the fridge. I put a little bit of garlic pepper on them. And that's just something I can quickly add to couscous and salad or rice. And yeah, it's just throwing it together. And so I've made my meal plan. I know that my meal plan works around the commitments that we've got, but it's not just planning the meals, it's planning, you know, like today, my day off, I was planning exactly what I need to do in this day and I've written it down, because otherwise I just kind of float about and time passes. You know, it's now 9:30 and I need to get out to the shop, do the food shop, I need to film that. I really wanted to get to the gym today, but I really don't think that's going to happen. But it's just planning, you know, tonight I'm at work till late, till between 10:30 and 11. Then tomorrow morning I've got to get to the office really early. Between that, I've got to get myself ready, I've got to have a shower, I've got to do the kids' pack lunches, I've got to make my lunch for work. And it's about making sure that I've got it really planned, so when I'm going to get all that done. And then I feel really calm and just on top of things. But I feel like I can't just sit and do a year's plan in one go and, you know, let's get on with the year. For me, it needs to be like broken down. So monthly, then weekly, and then daily. So I've got like my monthly goals that I'm then breaking down to okay, let's write down a week at a time. So my notebook at the moment is focusing on this week, and I've written down, you know, my week 1 goals, and then my daily. So I'm looking at this book every day, and I'm really focused on, you know, the daily goals. And I must say, I've been doing this for a week, and I must say it's really helping me. I feel really in control of everything. And yeah, you know, there's going to be curveballs thrown in, there's going to be illness, there's going to be all sorts of things that get thrown in this, and that's fine. You know, it's just a week, we can start again next week. But yeah, just having the plan, just, you know, most of the time will really help. So yes, so we're looking at Disneyland. So we're going at Easter time, so we've got about 3 months, which is crazy. I booked it so long ago, but like I said, I haven't been able to talk about it. So that's my like major goal. I've got a few things in the house I would like to tackle this year. I don't know if we'll have the finances to do it. I am just going to see how that goes. We really want to go to Centre Parks later in the year, maybe in the summer holidays. The boys are desperate to go. Again, I don't know about the finances. Disneyland is really, really churning up the finances. We've had to save a lot to do this, hence why I took on a second job. But yeah, we just need to see how it goes. We'll get to Disneyland and then we'll think about everything else after. I'm so excited. I literally 3 months, I just can't believe it. So this is a really good period of time for me to tackle my weight loss. I'm not setting a weight loss goal, although in my head I probably am. If I'm honest with you, I really want to be 15 stone. Okay, I've said it, I want to be 15 stone or below, but ideally not more than that. So I'm not sure exactly what I weigh now, but I think on Thursday, I think I'm going to come in somewhere around 16 stone 10. So we are looking at realistically a 2 stone weight loss, just under, before Easter. That is quite a big goal, especially because I don't lose quickly. Generally speaking, I don't anyway, because I am over 40 and I'm on tamoxifen. So yeah, but I will give it everything I've got, and I'm going to share it all here with you guys on my channel. Yeah, I'm excited to just crack on now and stop eating the chocolate and the mince pies and the drinking the wine. And yeah, it's been excessive, but I'm ready to start over now. So yeah, that's my kind of year in a nutshell. And I think that's all I'm going to talk about at the moment in this video, because I really just wanted to kind of set the scene before I start putting out my vlogs and my shopping hauls and everything else. I will definitely be doing some clothing hauls nearer to our holiday. I want to lose a bit of weight first. Oh, and I also had a few people say, show us your Christmas Day outfit, because I did that next haul, and in the end, would you believe it, I actually found a top in my wardrobe that fit the bill, and I thought, I don't actually want to spend 30 to 40 pounds on a new top just for Christmas, when next year hopefully I'm going to be a lot smaller. I just felt like I'm not going to get price per wear out of this. And then I remembered that I'd got this top in my wardrobe that was too small when I got it, and that it probably would fit now. So I'll pop a photo in here, but it was like a green sequin number, and I felt really good in it. So yeah, that was my Christmas Day outfit. But I am going to need to do some clothing hauls. I want some Disney gear, to be honest with you. I've got nothing apart from some jewellery that I can wear that's Disney themed. I had a few people in my next haul actually say they thought they had figured it out by the stripy jumpers, because I looked at that striped jumper and I thought it looks very like Paris, and there was a few people go, I know where you're going. So let me know in the comments below if you had figured it out. But yeah, so I will do some clothing hauls because I am going to need some new clothes. Hopefully not too much, but I'm definitely going to need to know what the weather's doing, basically, because it could either be winter, spring or summer in April, you know, who knows. So but we've got that all to come. So yeah, I hope you stick around for the videos, and like I say, I hope you are all really well. I would also say, while I'm sitting here talking about my goals, it's absolutely fine if your goal is to just get up and make your bed every day for January. There is no pressure to be extravagant with your New Year goals, and do what's right for you. And, you know, for me, I am trying to have a year of control and really achieve things this year, because I feel like I've kind of wasted the last 2 years, if I'm honest. I could be at my target weight now and I'm not. And the reason for that is because I've spent so long kind of dealing with my, you know, I was going through my cancer treatment, but then after that, I just couldn't really sort my head out. And actually I am actually going to be having some therapy this year to try and kind of process everything. The cancer service in my local area has put me on a list and actually should be contacted fairly soon about sorting that out. So I'm going to give therapy a go and see how that goes, because whilst I am feeling a lot better, I didn't deal very well with the wait for my scan results. And not saying that therapy is going to make this year any easier in dealing with that, but yeah, I feel like maybe I do need to explore the therapy option. So I'm going to do that. But yeah, if your goal is to just, you know, just one little change, then that's absolutely fine. Do you know what? You don't even need to have a goal. There is no pressure. You can just do what feels right for you. And I think, you know, that's what I really want to get across in my videos, is that this is what feels right for me. But, you know, just take whatever it is you need to take from my videos. You know, you don't need to copy me. You don't need to have the same goals as me. You don't need to have goals at all. You might just want to, you know, have a look at what I'm eating or what I'm buying in the shopping. I love watching shopping hauls. It's the one thing that drew me into YouTube, was watching shopping hauls. But yeah, so I'm going to stop waffling here. I'm going to go to Sainsbury's now, get our food shop, a nice healthy food shop to start the year. Thank you so much as always for watching. I'm looking forward to spending the year ahead with you. Hopefully I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.